Hi everyone, Grant Hayward here, newly appointed National Director of Coaching for AYSO United, and I'm providing a series of webinars, and the first one being the DNA of an AYSO United coach. So throughout the presentation, I'm going to look at who we are, our culture, our core values, standards, and expectations. So the why behind this presentation, for me, AYSO is deeply committed to developing great people and great players. And for every coach in our club across the nation wearing the same badge, I feel we should all share the same standards and expectations. And ultimately, this is to provide the best playing experience to enrich children's lives. So, who we are. We are AYSO's national club program. We're located in multiple markets across the United States, and ultimately, our role as coaches is to provide the best playing and training experience for the American youth player. We're all supported by our coach education staff, our marketing, finance, administration teams, all to ensure a professional approach to youth soccer. Our culture. So AYSO's mission is to develop and deliver quality youth soccer programs which promote a fun, family environment based on AYSO's 6 philosophies. So what do these 6 philosophies mean for AYSO United? The first one being everyone plays. This is a given. Every single player that is selected to play for AYSO United should be given at least 50% of every single game. It's not 50% over a duration of time. It's 50% of every single game, no matter what the stakes are. Open registration, that means we provide open training or open tryouts for every player or any player to come and try out for our program. If we feel that they're not quite at the level of our AYSO United teams or may not have the commitment level, we can offer different programs such as our extra program or our select teams or our core program. Good sportsmanship. This is ensuring that every AYSO United coach is teaching their players all about respect. Shaking hands with each other, shaking hands with the coach before and after practice, shaking hands with the referees, applauding the parents of both teams after games, and ultimately just a proper consideration for fairness, ethics, and respect. Balanced teams. This is providing a platform for every ability within AYSO. So AYSO United is helping players achieve their highest potential, whatever that potential that may be. Positive coaching. We need to ensure that every single one of our coaches is making every player feel supported and feel like they're in a learning environment where they feel safe to make mistakes and learn and grow from them. Player development. From a coaching standpoint, this is ensuring every AYSO United coach understands what is developmentally appropriate for each age and ability. AYSO provides national curriculums, and AYSO United provides season plans for 7v7, 9v9, and 11v11. So AYSO United shares this mission and also aims to present the highest standards of club soccer development in the US while maintaining realistic expectations, fairness, and value for both players and families. So AYSO United's culture, we aim to raise the bar in terms of soccer coaching and player development across the board. How we achieve this? We're starting off with this presentation. So I'm making sure that every coach across the nation receives this slide deck and have it that each player and parent agrees to these standards and expectations and what we're about. This creates the accountability and establishes trust with our players and our parents. Our third one, prioritizing the player. We need to ensure that every coach within every game and every session is prioritizing every single player, and it's not about the ego of the coach wanting to win the tournaments and everything else. It's what is in the best interest of every player on that team. The fourth one, parent and family engagement. So again, provide this slide deck to the parents, deliver this, and make sure that each parent knows what their child is a part of, what our core values are, and then also what our curriculum is. Go through the season plans and what the players will be learning and going through throughout the season. Implement an effective performance development process. So again, this is through our curriculums, the support from the National Director of Programs, Scott Snyder, our National Director, Dave Thomas, and Paul Bright, our National Technical Director, and myself, collaborating together with you guys and making sure we are providing the best experience for these players. 6, promote leadership on and off the field. This for me on the field is having a guided discovery approach to our coaching, asking questions throughout the sessions to bring out those coaching points, not being a do this, do that type of coach, but empowering our players to make decisions for themselves and ultimately take control of their development. Off the field, I think naturally, if on the field we are doing a good job of creating leaders, they take this themselves into their school lives or into their outside of soccer lives and put these key skills into practice. Development and winning. So this slide used to say development over winning. However, we all know any person, any child that plays a game, whether it's snakes and ladders, rock, paper, scissors, they play to win. And it's the same when they're playing soccer. However, the manner in which we strive to obtain the victory must consider the individual player and team development. So how we ask our players to play the game and how we ask them to act on the field has to be true to what we believe in regards to player and people development. Also, again, we look at the 50% playing time rule. Even though we as coaches are looking to win the game, we are not sacrificing players' playing time. So every single player must still be playing 50% or more to ensure we are sticking to our founding philosophy, everyone plays. And then ultimately, as I said earlier, the way in which we ask our players to go and win the game, it's not to, once they're up 1-0, kick the ball out, burn the clock, make fouls and pull shirts and different things like that. It's we are playing as professionals, playing with sportsmanship, with the end goal to win the game with class. So our core values. We have 6 core values that were put together earlier last year, maybe the year before. And for our coaches, for me, the first one is the most important in my eyes. It's making sure that these kids are having fun and they're looking forward to coming to every practice and game. We as coaches have to provide that positive and safe environment and make sure these kids know they can make mistakes and they're ultimately going to learn from them. Education. So in regards to our coaches, we want our coaches to develop and continue to seek education for their own development. And that's what I'm hoping to provide with these webinars. Not only will I be providing webinars on the core value standards, expectations, and our identity player framework, what I'm looking to do is provide a weekly webinar or weekly video in which you will see myself coaching one of the teams here in SoCal, and just to give a different perspective, and hopefully you can take ideas and adapt them for your own environment and the age group and ability that you're coaching. And then ultimately education for our players. We want them to learn the game and develop to their highest potential. commitment. So for coaches, we're looking for you to go above and beyond. This is keeping parents and players updated with the upcoming session plans, making sure they know all about our season plans and what their children will be learning, and just thoroughly being organized. Ownership. For coaches, this first of all is being on time, being early, having your session set up for the arrival of your players. It's wearing the correct gear. Every coach has received their New Balance gear with their polo and tech T-shirt. So we have to make sure that our coaches are looking professional. Integrity. For the coaches, this is setting the example, ensuring our players are showing good sportsmanship and respect to all. Holistic. So coaches, for me, this is to encourage our players to be a team, encourage each other, celebrate together, console each other in a tough loss, and just ultimately being great teammates. So shaking hands with each other when they arrive to practice, shaking hands with their coach, and then at the end of practice, just ultimately being good friends, good teammates. So to conclude, as I said at the beginning, the why for this presentation, as you see, the badge on the front, if we're all to be wearing this badge, we should all adhere to the same standards and expectations. So I'll be providing this slide deck to every coach in the club, and I would hope that you are all able to host a meeting with the players and parents that you coach and go through our standards and expectations. And if we all, parents, players and coaches, can agree and adhere to our standards and expectations, I think we will have the best environment in youth soccer across the nation. So that's it from me for the first webinar. I look forward to collaborating with you guys, and if you have any questions, any comments on this presentation, please feel free to shoot me an email and I'll be in touch.